Hello, everyone. My name is Charles Vanchieri. I'm a data scientist with the project PlanetData. The goal with PlanetData was to build a real-time dashboard to introduce middle school students to the fundamentals of data visualization using environmental Earth data. The PlanetData team consisted of 5 members. We had 2 full-stack web developers that included Westley React, Redux, Material UI, and visualizations. They used D3 and Mapbox. The 3 data scientists included myself, Serina Grill, Hobin, and a few of our tools we worked with were AWS, SQL, Docker, Flask, Heroku, and for our visualizations it was Plotly, Seaborn, D3, and Mapbox as well. Now I'm going to pass it off to Serina, who's going to talk more about the planning, scope, and challenges of the project.
Thanks, Charles. Our plan was to work cross-functionally to build a project that focuses on user needs through creation of user stories. We wanted to determine our key features and also what would be feasible within the scope of 10 weeks. As a team of Lambda students, we were working remotely and in different time zones, so we were definitely focused on communication. We created a rich product vision document with detailed release canvases demonstrating the minimum viable product for each release. We also met for stand-up at the beginning of every workday. We walked through a Trello board to chart our progress toward the product goals. Then after 3 weeks of planning, we were now ready to begin building PlanetData. Here's Sean to talk about that process.
Thanks, Serina. So why create PlanetData? As a team, we recognize that students want fun and interactive learning applications, and research shows students learn best through play. So we decided to create an app that would tackle both of these goals. So without further ado, let's go ahead and look at the app. First, we land on the dashboard, where we're able to play with an interactive globe while learning about climate change. We have the ability to display 2 different data sets, carbon footprint and recycling habits. And we even have the capability to choose between light and dark modes, so students can use PlanetData at night without as much eye strain. On the left-hand side, we have our navigation bar, where students can choose a topic they're interested in and learn more both about the Earth and data visualization. Our data science team found data from accurate and far-reaching sources and connected all the data primarily through AWS API Gateway and Lambda functions. Some visualizations, like this bubble graph, for instance, feature real-time data that updates once a day through an AWS CloudWatch rule. With each visualization, we can see that there is a comprehension quiz below with 1 to 2 questions, totaling 12 questions total. If a user gets the answer wrong, they're able to try again until they get that green check mark of success. User interaction and key results are tracked through Google Analytics. Tracked actions include playing animations, page views, and dragging elements. And finally, we incorporated predictive modeling through random forest regression and Facebook Profit in order to show students how historical data can impact the future. And now I'll hand it off to Westley, who can discuss some of the challenges we encountered and how we overcame them.
Thanks, Sean. Most of our challenges actually came from the transition between Release Canvas 1 and Release Canvas 2. So one of the challenges was actually we had a smaller team. Throughout the project, our team shrank from half its size, from a team of 10 all the way down to 5. The smaller team provided quite a few challenges and required us to rethink how we were going to re-implement our site. The first challenge was the globe. Originally in RC1, the globe was just an image on a single page. And for RC2, we had the lofty ambition to replace the image with an interactive 3D visualization. There was initially a bit of apprehension from the team, but we found an open source project from Google that implemented a globe with WebGL and used that to display different data sets. The globe ended up completely transforming the look of the site and gave us a boost of enthusiasm for the rest of the project. Another one of our challenges was with the UI. In Release Canvas 1, we had a single page site with only 3 visualizations. But for Release Canvas 2, we decided to have a multi-page site, and we included a lot more visualizations. Because our UX designers had moved on, it was up to web to figure out how to make the site look good. To make sure our site wasn't held back by poor design, I bought and read Refactoring UI and used that new knowledge to create a cohesive theme with Material UI. One of the biggest challenges we had was with the backend. Originally, we had a node backend that interfaced with the data science data through a Postgres database. Data science would design a visualization, gather data, and store it in the database, and web would pull the data from the database and build a visualization with D3 or Mapbox GL. Less web developers made the workload lopsided, and data science was designing visualizations much faster than we could implement them. Serina had the idea to redesign the team's entire workflow. We retired the node backend completely, and data science created an API built from AWS Lambda functions and a Flask server. So now web could focus entirely on one code base, and data science would now have more direct control over the data. One of the biggest concerns we had from the beginning with this app was with performance. We understood that we would be working with large data sets, and most of the data would need to be consumed by the front end. Each visualization requires a lot of data to render. The heat map in particular requires over 8 megabytes of uncompressed data to plot all the points and takes several seconds to load. To create a fluid experience for the user, data fetching for visualizations is triggered when the topic is expanded in the navbar. Each page is also lazy loaded, which means the JavaScript to render the page isn't downloaded until that page is actually visited. By the time a user visits the heat map or other visualization page, the data has been downloaded and we only need to render the page. As a final bonus, the site is also a fully functional progressive web app and can be installed to a mobile device's home screen, just like a regular app. I think if I speak for all of us when I say it was a great experience and privilege to work with everyone on the team for this labs project. The entire team put in hard work and long hours to make this project the success that it is. We're proud of Planet Data, and we look forward to seeing where future labs teams will take this project. Thanks.
Very nice, guys. I don't have any real questions. You guys did a great job. I love the challenge that you guys shared. Derek, who's one of our other engineering managers, do you have any questions that arose? Putting you on the spot.
Oh, no, you're fine. No, I'm in love with the UI of this. Like just watching, like, you know, the graphics that was utilized, and the bubble map is, I can't decide which one's my favorite between the bubble map or the globe showing kind of spreading out, but this is a really neat product.
Yeah, the transition to the globe, the 3D globe, that's hot. That's a really good idea. Glad you guys committed to that.
Yeah,
Great job.
Right. Thanks. And that's it's also couldn't really demonstrate. It's also fully responsive, so it'll go down to a phone size. And then since it's a progressive web app, you can install it on your phone. And it actually, a lot of these visualizations work offline too.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, and part of our mission was, you know, to target middle school students, and we had the opportunity to work with that demographic. We got some feedback, and actually a lot of our visualizations are part of the US 8th grade curriculum. So this is something that teachers hopefully could actually utilize in teaching different things like bird migration.
It's awesome. And by the graphics being involved in the curriculum, is it that you modeled your graphics on what they already had?
It was more just fortuitous that Serina picked bird migration, and once we worked with middle school students, they told us that that's part of their curriculum. We're like,
that's awesome.
That's perfect.
Yeah, very good. Happy circumstance.
Totally.
All right, guys, good job.